All right. As we talked about yesterday, Joseph has been accused in Genesis chapter 39 of raping or attempting to rape Potiphar's wife. Potiphar has heard the story and he responds in verses 19 and 20. It says, Potiphar was furious when he heard his wife's story about how Joseph had treated her. So he took Joseph and threw him into the prison where the king's prisoners were held, and there he remained. Now, I even mentioned yesterday, if you didn't watch yesterday's, you really should go back and watch it. I even mentioned that the most likely punishment for this, for Joseph, should have been his death. He should have died over this, but he didn't. And so you start to ask yourself why. Here's what I think, and it's subjective. It's my opinion in some fashion, but I think it weighs it out and makes good sense. A slave was the lowest standing that anyone could be in culture. So we had a slave, and then we had a high official's wife, and this accusation is made. Should have been death. He should have been killed. But he's not. He's thrown into prison, and it appears that it's a life sentence. We're not told that there was any time period. 10 years. 10 years in the clink. That's not what we're hearing. We're hearing in prison, and it appears to be for life. Here's what I think. I think Joseph had been so loyal and so upstanding with Potiphar that I think Potiphar did have some doubts. He thought his wife had played a role here. Maybe something had happened, but had she initiated? Had she led Joseph on? Maybe he had some suspicions about her previously with some things as well. Because, was Joseph the first person that she had ever approached for something like this? Odds are no. So here we have this situation, and Potiphar just throws him in jail. And so it was really a merciful sentence. And I think it shows us that Potiphar understood a little bit of what was maybe really happening behind the scenes. He didn't know for sure. He was hearing two sides of this. And so he just throws him in jail. He had to be so furious and frustrated because here was this man that had run his household so well. I think he suspected there was something going on here that he didn't understand and know totally. And he had to do something, though. Even if he believed Joseph in the culture that he was in, he had to respond to this. And so he does. But Joseph is unfairly and wrongly thrown in prison. I can't imagine what Joseph was feeling at this moment. But what we don't see from Joseph in this moment is a rebuke or a cursing of God. He just seems to continue to be faithful. What a witness. And we're going to look at what happens to him in prison tomorrow.